Why hello YouTube, and may the 4th be with you on this Bank Holiday Monday in May. So, it is Star Wars Day, the 4th of May, and yeah, as you know, I am a big Star Wars fan, as well as a Doctor Who fan and Star Trek, and I want to, do like a review on all 6 Star Wars films. Just the first 6, as the 7th one, The Force Awakens, is yet to be out yet, and it's out in December, and I've only seen the trailers. So, with further ado, let's get the Star Wars special going, shall we? So, here we are, the original Star Wars trilogy, and it has like episode 4, 5 and 6 on. So, I got this like 10 years ago now, when, 10 years since Revenge of the Sith, when Revenge of the Sith came out, and yes. So, here we are with Star Wars Episode 4. Now, this is all digitally remastered. I don't have the original trilogy, before it was remastered after, but I do remember quite a lot of its, the 20th anniversary in 1997. I was about 6 years old. So yeah, here we are, Star Wars Episode 4, A New Hope, from, originally titled Star Wars, just Star Wars, as it was the first one. And, if you want to read the back, if you can see it, that is, then just pause it right now and read it all, if you wish. Hopefully that was long enough for you to read. So yes, Star Wars Episode 4, A New Hope. It's the start of the original Star Wars trilogy, starring Mark Hamill, Harrison Ford, Carrie Fisher, Peter Cushing, Alec Guinness, Anthony Daniels, Kenny Baker, and Dave Prowse as Darth Vader, and James Earl Jones as the voice of Darth Vader. And also, just show you, if you can see it, I have this 1977 edition of the original Star Wars poster, which I did a review back in November on. If you can see there, that's actually an autograph from Darth Vader himself, Mr. Dave Prowse. There's Darth Vader, Luke, Princess Leia, Han Solo, Obi-Wan, Chewbacca. Oh yeah, and also having in it Peter Mayhew as Chewbacca. No, Chewie. That was my Chewbacca impression. And no, I'm not dubbed or anything. But yeah, Star Wars Episode 4 is when there's a new hope for the galaxy, when the son of Anakin Skywalker, Luke Skywalker, discovers his destiny and, is then taught by the great Obi-Wan Kenobi, played by Alec Guinness. They then go on this rescue mission for Princess Leia after the dark side. Darth Vader, holds her captive. It's just, one big space opera. It's, and also I think this is probably one of the best Star Wars films. I think it's the best one in the original trilogy, released in 1977, and then digitally remastered in 1997, and then retitled in 2005, 10 years ago, when Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith came out. And next, it is Star Wars Episode 5, The Empire Strikes Back, originally titled The Empire Strikes Back. The second part of the Star Wars trilogy came out in 1980, and in this one, it has the return of the cast: Mark Hamill, Harrison Ford, Carrie Fisher, Anthony Daniels, and Dave Prowse, Kenny Baker, and all them, along with new cast members, Billy D. Williams as Lando Calrissian, and the voice of Frank Oz as Yoda. So there you see Darth Vader. This is the first Star Wars film, I think, where we see the bad guys win. Yeah, the bad guys winning it. It also reveals, now, I'm sure everyone will know this now, the huge spoiler, the big twist, the immortal words said, "No, Luke, I am your father." And those are words that have stayed ever since, from The Empire Strikes Back. So, you know, if you like them ones, then you'll love, well, yeah. So yeah, the fifth one, this is the one where Luke is told to go to the Dagobah system by Obi-Wan Kenobi's ghost, as he died in the fourth one at the hand of Darth Vader. So he trains to be a Jedi. It also has Boba Fett in it. I can't remember who played him. Does it say in the back of here? I don't think it does, but I know him from a British film musical, Summer Holiday. And yeah, if you want to have a read of it, just pause it right now. So there, hopefully I've left that long enough for you. So, Star Wars Episode 5, The Empire Strikes Back. Now we're on to the third part, and the final chapter of the original trilogy, Star Wars Episode 6, Return of the Jedi. You know, with the return of all the cast members, including newer ones. The guy as Emperor Palpatine, Darth Sidious, the last one in the original trilogy, originally titled Revenge of the Jedi, then later renamed Return of the Jedi, released in 1983, and remastered again. But the original trilogy was digitally remastered in 1997 for Star Wars' 20th anniversary. It was the Star Wars 20th anniversary edition. So there is, Star Wars Episode 6, the conclusion where all the loose ends left in the last one are tied, and Luke becomes the Jedi that returns. And so yeah, you want to read that, just if you can see it, pause it now. Right, hopefully that's long enough for you to read. So yeah, the original Star Wars trilogy. And I remember watching it as a little kid. I remember watching it in the 90s before they remastered it. And I watched it, and then I watched the the 20th anniversary edition, the remastered, and I remember that being I was just mind blown by it, Sorry. So yeah, that was the original trilogy, and then that was it from Star Wars for about 16 years, until 1999 came along and they started a whole new trilogy, that is the prequel trilogy, starting with this, Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace, starring Liam Neeson, Hugh McGregor, Natalie Portman, Jake Lloyd, and the return of a few original cast members, Frank Oz as Yoda, Anthony Daniels, Kenny Baker, R2-D2-C3PO, and in this one, Obi-Wan Kenobi is not played by Alec Guinness, it's Ewan McGregor. He's playing a young version of the Jedi in his final apprenticeship years, trained by his master, Qui-Gon Jinn, played by Liam Neeson. Also, it has Jake Lloyd there as Anakin Skywalker. Now there are Easter eggs in this. There's one bit where they're on Tatooine and Anakin's in his house, and we see his shadow shaped like Darth Vader. We do. And then at the end of the very credits of this episode, after the credits, we hear the breathing of Darth Vader. Going. That's the best breathing I can do. Now, I remember when this one came out in pictures in 1999, and I absolutely fell in love with it. I was on the dark side all the way, because I just loved Darth Maul, the way he looked, the way he had his lightsaber. Now, critics say that this wasn't the best one. It says there at the top, every saga has a beginning. I don't know if you can see that. But you know what? I thought it was good. I liked it. But yeah, it probably I liked it. Just simple as that. I liked episode 1, The Phantom Menace. And next we have Star Wars Episode 2, Attack of the Clones, which to me is my least favourite of all 6. I just, it was like set 10 years after the first one. This time it had the return of all the regulars except for Jake Lloyd. He was then played by Anakin Skywalker was then played by Canadian actor Hayden Christensen, who was there on the front. And this it's basically just showing the whole romance thing, how Jedis can't fall in love because, it all leads to pain and suffering and to the dark side and that. And I think that's what it mainly were, just focusing on Anakin and Padme's relationship, how they fell in love, blah de blah. But yeah, I just didn't think this was the best, prequel. Yeah, and again, if you want to read the back, here you go. Right, should be left long enough. So yeah, Star Wars Episode 2, Attack of the Clones. The one bit that I did later notice was when they're on Tatooine, stood at the house, at the farm, you see Anakin's shadow, if you look carefully, shaped like shaped like Darth Vader, sorry. Now, that wasn't computers or anything, that was just pure coincidence from the angle he was standing in the sun. So yeah. Also, Anakin Skywalker, he's sort of like, looking back at it now, he is a bit of a whiny bitch, isn't he? A bit of a spoiled brat. Thinking, he's holding me back, I want to be a Jedi and stuff, So, that's why, and yeah, it's not my favourite one, I'll admit that. I can remember when it came out too, in 2002, and then this one, which is now 10 years old this month on the 19th of May, Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith, which, to me, in my opinion, is the best of the prequel trilogy. It reveals how Anakin Skywalker finally became, the great and infamous Darth Vader. And I went to see this for my 14th birthday, and I absolutely loved it. I loved how it was all done. There were bits in it like there was a scene that got cut. It became a deleted scene where Yoda arrives at Dagobah. I really think now, looking back, they should have sort of put that in. Also, in the prequel trilogy, Yoda's a puppet close up in Episode 1. Then from a distance it's CGI. Then Episode 2 and 3 CGI. Then the original trilogy a puppet, still voiced by the great Frank Oz. And not to just if you want to pause it and read the back, feel free to do so now. Pause it. So yeah, Star Wars Episode 3. I kept watching this again and again. Sorry, dry throat, because I just I enjoyed it. I could not get enough of it. So yes, Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. I love how Anakin became Darth Vader. I loved it that much. I literally wanted to be Darth Vader, and for my 14th birthday, I got a Darth Vader helmet and the colour-changing lightsaber. The only fault with the Darth Vader helmet was it kept getting steamed up in there, and I couldn't see anything. Anyway, now I'm gonna, rank them up. The 6 Star Wars movies. So, like my top 6 Star Wars films. So at number 6 it is Star Wars Episode 2, Attack of the Clones. Just, like I said, wasn't my favourite one, so that's why it's at number 6. The next one, it's got to be at number 5, The Phantom Menace. Because, I did like it. It's one of my favourite prequels, but Episode 3, I think, has it all over the first 2 prequels. So, that's why I put it at number 6. At number 5, sorry. Number 4, it is Episode 5, The Empire Strikes Back. The second part of the original trilogy, but it does leave a lot of unanswered questions and stuff, and it's like a 3-year wait to find out what happens and stuff. But I did like the whole Luke, I am your father thing. And also, yeah, digitally restored and remastered and stuff. But yeah, it's just probably my sort of not. I mean, the bit I do like is the whole Luke, I am your father reveal. But I think that's why it's got to be like there at number 5. At number, number 4. Sorry. Anyway, next at number 3, it is number 3 is Star Wars Episode 6, Return of the Jedi. It's a good conclusion to the trilogy, and it really does leave it all wrapped up. And yeah, it's one of the best in the original trilogy. In that one, there was so much change they did to it, especially with the ending. I mean, when they masked Darth Vader, he was no longer played by Dave Prowse, it was Sebastian Bale. Also, the ending where we see the ghosts of Anakin, Obi-Wan and Yoda, it's Sebastian Bale originally, but then they cut it and edited it into Anakin Skywalker. And George Lucas, come on, you could at least re-edit the credits. Because, Hayden Christensen, wasn't credited as the ghost of Anakin. Also the whole Mob Wob song from the Ewoks, they replaced that. I wasn't happy with that. I think, George Lucas ruined a lot of the scenes, the classic scenes in that one. But yeah, so that's number 3 in the top 6. Alright, so number 2, so it's going to be one of the two. Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. Now, like I say, it's my favourite prequel. I love how it ends, where it sets the events for Episode 4. And for that, I love the whole transformation from Anakin Skywalker to Darth Vader. Even, gave us the time to pay a visit from an old friend, Chewbacca. So, number 1, I think you probably know it already. Star Wars Episode 4, A New Hope. The best one, and probably the one that's not had as much CGI remastered done to it. I'm not sure. But yes, it is the first one, and probably the best one. It is to my dad anyway. So yeah, that's number 1. And also, it's the one that started it all. So yeah, Star Wars Episode 4, A New Hope. Now, the next trilogy, I don't know what that's going to be like. I know it's set for another trilogy. It's got the return of the old cast along with a new lot of cast members. I've seen the teaser trailer, and I've seen the second trailer where we see Han Solo and Chewbacca, and that looks good. I don't know what to expect from this, because Disney have bought all the rights to it, so it's not it's going to be done by, they bought out George Lucas's company, Lucasfilm. So what's going to happen in that? I don't know. I don't know what the bad guy is called yet. Obviously, it's going to be Darth something, because every Star Wars villain, every Sith Lord is called Darth something. Darth Plagueis, Darth Sidious, Darth Maul, Darth Tyrannus, Darth Vader. So yes. So yeah, that's it for my Star Wars special. Have a great bank holiday Monday, and until next time, goodbye friends, and may the 4th be with you. Oh, and subscribe if you want to see more. I'll see you after this one. I like this music playing the canteen band in episode 4. Please subscribe. Bye bye now.